What's going on, guys? Happy Easter, or the day of Jesus' resurrection. So in this video, we are going to go over my settings that I use for TradingView. Nothing to do with any analysis or any type of breakdown on strategy or anything. Specifically, just the desktop, website, or app, whatever device you guys use TradingView on. So if you guys take a look, as I'm moving my charts around, both charts are moving at the same time. If you go on the 5 minute time frame as well, it's showing the same time frames on each of these charts, as you guys can see. So I know that some of you guys, when you are changing onto the 5 minute time frame on NQ, the other ES chart you're using would be a little bit off. Like, for instance, ES right now is on a 15 minute time frame, NQ is on the 5 minute time frame. If you guys are going over like your charts and have to like individually keep on changing both of them, there's a setting that you guys can use that ends up syncing them all together, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you. So over at the top right corner, there's this whole entire section where your trade and where to save your chart. We're gonna focus on the chart layout or layout setup, and you're gonna click your interval. So right here, now that we're both on the 15 minute time frame, both on the 30 minute time frame, both on the 5 minute time frame, so that should save you a lot more time with how you're switching back and forth with the time frames, looking at both pairs. I'm gonna go ahead and look over the crosshair part. I have this turned on for SMT purposes, even though I have a SMT indicator now. But at the time, I used to have, I have this unlocked because I wanted to find my SMTs a lot more, I guess, efficient. Over here, we have an SMT at 9 a.m. and 7:05 a.m. on NQ, but sometimes I would find the lows or that high of the SMT on ES, and I'd get it wrong. Like, let's say I said that the SMT was right here. Instead, the SMT was actually on the 7:05, not the 7:10 a.m. So the SMT was right here, not right here. Um, that again, you would go on your layout setup, click crosshair. As you guys can see, my crosshair perfectly aligns on ES and NQ. They are both synced on show me where exactly this SMT would be formed at. Um, it's just an easier way to show me on where exactly I can quickly move over on ES to NQ on marking out my SMTs. But again, I have my SMT indicator, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. Um, I'm trying to remember what this is exactly. Time. I don't really quite remember. I think mostly just interval is the only one that you primarily need to have active or turned on. Um, Let me think on what else. So if you guys take a look over here on the top left corner, you have this little chart interval, this little arrow down. You're gonna click on that, and how to have these quick, easy setups right here is you have to favorite your specific time frame. So right here, it gives you your options. Some of you guys might not have the second time frame. That's because I'm on a different subscription, and that is premium. You would have to pay more to have access to the second time frame. But right here, you would just go over to whatever time frame you guys primarily use. If you guys are having a hard time on knowing what time frames to use, I think I have a video, I'm pretty sure, fully in depth talking about time frame alignment and how you can um, implement that into your trading. So all you gotta do is just star favorite the time frames that you guys want, and it will pop up right here. Or for a keyboard trick as well, you guys can go type in 15 and click enter, and it'll put you onto that time frame. Same thing, 2 minutes, 5 minute, 4 minutes, etc. All you guys need to do is just click the numbers, enter. That's it. Um, What else do we have here? If you guys take a look over here on Magnet, this is also something that helps you accurately mark out your liquidity levels. So right here, notice how once I'm close a little bit, it kind of like locks in. See how my cursor is a little bit moving right now? It's like sticking onto this candle or this wick. That's because I have Magnet on. It's a lot more easier if I'm having a tool out and I want to mark out exactly on a specific area that I want. Hold on, my phone's going off. Um, Marking out my liquidity levels instead of, for example, as I'm turning it off. Let's say I was off right here, and you know what I mean. You kind of want to be a lot more accurate with some of these levels. Let's say you're looking at only level over here 24,113.75. I'm sure this would mess up your analysis if you were waiting for the market to come into 24,112, even though it was off by 75. But that is what the Magnet is mostly for. Highly recommend you guys keeping that on. What else? If you guys have a messy chart, obviously you guys can delete everything by just simply going right here and clicking on your keyboard the back button. That's a quick way to remove things off of your chart instead of clicking it, going down to the trash or the remove and manually doing that way. Everything you can do is simply on your keyboard. All you gotta do is click and then click your keyboard. That's it. Since your hands are already resting on the keyboard itself. Some of them will still show you on what buttons you need to click, like the buy and sell market orders. Keep in mind this is market orders, which will automatically fill you. You would click Shift B or Shift S. What else can I go over? This right here, I have a price range. Compared to ruler, it's a lot more different. It keeps like this thing locked in, so I know what the range is looking like. Like for example, if I'm looking at pre-market to New York opens, which would be 8:30 that we're focused on because Friday we had market close at 9:15. I would just mark out this entire range and notice that we are playing in a 16-point range. But keep in mind, I'm on micro. S&P. There's a difference between micro and mini with the ticks and everything. But this is a way that I measure out ticks, the session ranges, to get percentages or points as well. Or you guys can double tap. Wait, where's that button? There's a specific button that you can press. So yeah, the button is Shift and then you click it, left button on your mouse pad, and it automatically brings out your measuring tool as well. And then keep in mind when you click off, the measuring tool disappears. So if I were to go right here, click Shift and then drag it up, it will show me my range, but then I move on and it'll disappear. So either you can write down those numbers or whatever, and then this, it's just a lot more easier. It like stays in locked with everything that I'm looking for. What else? I'm trying to think. I mean, I went over. I don't know if you guys noticed, but if you guys are, sometimes when you open up TradingView, it shows you minis, and if you only trade micros, and it pops up a mini like this, and I want to be able to quickly change it to the right one, you can either go to the ones that you have saved, which will be at the top right, your watch list, and manually find them, or you guys can simply go over onto whatever chart that you want to switch, and just click the spacebar. It's that simple to quickly switch your charts and everything else like that. I'm trying to figure out what else. I know this is gonna be a small, very very short video. A little bit of a shortcuts on some things that I realize. For those of you guys that when you are marking out your liquidities, I have an extension where it completely extends everything, but some of you guys might have with it just being like this. Notice how I have this perfectly straight line right across instead of like manually trying to do it, and notice how it's like at an angle or something when I manually try and line it up. That setting is what I do on the keyboard. All you have to do is just click shift. You hold shift and it automatically stays in locked on the direction that you want it to be. It can be at any of these angles. All you'd have to do, hold shift, click and drag. That's it. That is the main button that I also use as well. And I'm pretty sure, same thing, if you guys want to change your charts, you can click the space bar or the up and down button as well. That is also something to quickly change charts. And I'm pretty sure that is it. Comment down below what I missed out or what you're trying to figure out and see if there's a shortcut on that. I will respond as fast as I can. If I don't respond to that, you guys can either mostly get my attention off of my other social media platforms from Instagram or TikTok at Norlander Trades. But feel free to comment down in this video and let me know if I missed out on anything else. But this is the settings on what you use for keyboard, mouse, and everything else on the charts to get use of what you're seeing overall on the market for quicker analysis for anything that you want.